Hello, and welcome to live stream. Yes, this is live. Although a lot of you people watch it afterwards, we are actually live on Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. So if this is the first time you're watching it and you think, oh, this is good, or you've watched any of the videos, don't forget to subscribe and have some fun. So, what's been happening this week? Well, I'll tell you in about 30 seconds, and I'll just do that. Yeah, another busy week, people watching. 1,641 views in the last 7 days. Pretty good. 7 new subscribers. So welcome to the new people. Now we've got to get them numbers up. I'm trying to get to 1,000 here. Tell your friends what's been going on, what we do, and get everyone involved. So what have you been watching this week? Well, it's all about what I put up in this week, actually. Third this week, first highest views is the Talk album ranking, 70. I'm quite shocked. I thought they weren't as popular as I thought they was, but obviously they are. Number 2 is the Beatles album ranking that we did on Monday, 81. Now the shock one for the most watched video of last week is actually last week's weekly update. It's the highest one we've ever had. 97 people. Unbelievable. Thank you, guys. So in the last 28 days, 6,269 views. An extra 32 subscribers. But what you've been watching, it's fluctuated again. Marillion have gone down to number 3 with 215 views. Back into the top 3 are Bay City Rollers at number 2 with 228. But still at number 1 for about the 3rd week running, it is the Yes Studio album ranking 272. So what's the whole figures? Now we're up to 67,900 views and 378 subscribers. Not much change in the top 3 videos, but they're getting less. So hopefully at some stage someone will knock up status quo for the top perch. They're over 5,079 and still hanging in at number 2 is new song from Jethro Tull. So Jana Sleeping at 3,286 and Jethro Tull in at 3,250 for number 3. So that's you've been watching. So what are we going to be watching next week? Well, next Monday we are starting off with an album ranking, of course, and I'll be looking at Porcupine Tree. They've been described as a prog band, a neo prog band, all sorts, but they make some great music, led by Steve Wilson, of course. They've got a new album coming out later in the year, so we'll be looking at the albums they've put out so far. Classic album next week. We're going to a great album from Paul Simon. We'll be looking at Graceland. So looking forward to that one. Tuesday album ranking is a good one for the ladies and anyone that was into that sort of thing in the late 70s, early 80s. We'll be looking at Adam and the Ants. What a great little band they were. Goes back to my teen years. Retro ranking next week is a little bit different. As this week we did the Beatles album for the Paul McCartney we're doing at the moment. And when I was going through that, I thought there are so many great songs that weren't on any albums. So we'll be doing the non-Beatle album songs. I'll be ranking them from the least favourite up to my favourite. And there's 24, 25, something like that. So we'll be going through all the songs that didn't appear on their albums. That includes some of the B-sides as well. Wednesday is Marathon Day, and it's a viewer's request again. We'll be looking at The Mighty Queen. I've done it then and now on this, but this is the first time that we're going to be ranking their albums from the worst to the best. I'm sure everyone knows what the worst one is. If you think what it is, put it in the thing and see how many you're going to get that one right. Thursday's Then and Now. We're going way back to the beginning of the new wave of British heavy metal. We're looking at Angel Witch, the band that promised so much and fizzled out like a flat bottle of lemonade, but they still made some great albums. Artwork ranking next week, we'll be looking at the album covers of Journey. They have got some of the most decorative album covers going. Then we'll be back here at 8 o'clock next week for another live show. Friday next week, obviously Fridays is always live album ranking, and next week we'll be looking at the Fish albums, the live albums of Fish. If you remember a few weeks ago, I opened up finally the last straw, and we'll be having a look at the other Fish live albums. There's a couple I won't be ranking because they're basically the same album of one that I've got, but we'll go into that next week, of course. And next week we have also a new album review. We featured these on Retro Ranking the other week. Tears for Fears. I've now listened to their new album Tipping Point, so I'll be giving my reviews on that. So that's all next week. What have I been listening to this week? Well, we've got lots of requests in, of course. So we started listening to The Jam. Depeche Mode's on its way. Finished listening to all the Rolling Stones. They're coming up next month. What else? Hello, Dave. Yeah, I can't read, and I've got to work out how I can look at my little script and still look at this. You're the only one I'm listening to. You're the only one watching me at the moment. So, where was I? Yes, I'm listening to the Jam, as I've said. Rolling Stones is all done. All the Paul McCartney solo stuff's done. I'm actually listening to now of some of Paul McCartney's classical albums. Yes, he did some classical albums. Remember when we did John Lord? Same sort of thing. Rocky, what are you barking at? Oh, you can't get in. I've locked Rocky out. Come on then, wherever you are. I don't know where he is. He's just barking. Oh well. So so lots of things listening. So if you have asked for requests, I don't forget them, as I keep saying. It's just very hard when they keep coming in and the list is as long as my arm. I'm sort of sorting out the Rick Wakeman. Anyway, while my friend Dave's actually he's sort of monitoring things now. In a few weeks' time, it's Easter. Now, before Christmas, me and young David looked at some album stinkers, and we had such fun doing it. I'm glad he's on here tonight because I think we should do some for Easter. So me and you, Dave, have got to get together and go through Google again and talk on she that we can't talk about because she starts making lots of noises. I've seen a few, so what we'll do is include some Easter stink covers and more of them ones that we've rolled around the room at. Yes, I thought you'd like that, Dave. It's such fun that is. So we'll be doing that for Easter. Also, as it's St. Patrick's Day today, happy St. Patrick's Day to all our Irish viewers, subscribers. and any of my friends over in Ireland that I have not seen for such a long time because of COVID. Soon as things settle down and everything's I will try and go over and see, but I'm sure Dave will mention hello from me. But today we did do Ash from just up the road from where Dave lives, up in Downpatrick, Ash, and we looked at you too. But I'm going to do a very similar thing on. We're not actually broadcast on St George's Day because it's Saturday, but on I think it's the Thursday, well the Friday, we're going to do a thing that's totally English bands, everything to do with England. It's a thing that I'm going to do for all the patron saints. We'll do, obviously in November, we'll do Scottish, and then Welsh we'll do next March. So we're going to always focus leading up or on the actual day. We'll have a look at some of the bands from those countries. What have we got behind me to this week? Up here, that is the Winds of Heaven Europe. Bit of Art of Noise this week. Aladdin Sane for Mr. Bowie. Jim Steinman. His album that's got some of the songs that ended up on Bat Out of Tell 2. As I've moved this, this is going to be fun. That's Honeymoon Suite. We feature them. And that, of course, is Roger Waters' The Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking, or as I like to call it, The Pros and Cons of Ditchhiking. We will be doing them soon. I need a drink. It's only Coca-Cola, nothing else, or Diet Coke. Unfortunately, old age has crept up on me today. It's because of the damp. I suffer from a little bit of arthritis, and I've been hobbling around like a 90-year-old today. I think Rocky was quite happy because he didn't go on a long walk because he was quite happy with a quick walk today. So that's all what's going on. Trying to sort out how to do this Rick Wakeman. There's about 40 odd. Yes, it is. It is Diet Coke. When have you known me to drink pints of whiskey and Coke? Or Drambuie Shandies? Oh, well, I have had Drambuie Shandies with a friend of mine who's no longer with us. God rest his soul. We used to drink some weird stuff. Once or twice. He introduced us to a thing, was it Pimm's Royale? That was a loony combination. We're going off music now, aren't we? We're talking about drinking. That's not very good. Let's go back to music. Well, next, I think it's next Saturday, I'm going to a concert of such. It's the first concert I've been to. The creme de oh dear me, stop. Oh, I'm getting headaches thinking of that. Yeah, I'm going to see John Clogden's Status Quo, so I will be doing a little review of that gig the following week. For those who haven't watched it yet, I heard the new Def Leppard song. Oh, hi, Alan. Welcome to the little live thing. And I'm glad you're here. It's nice to see you. And thank you for all the really nice things you've been saying about my shows. Seem you enjoy what we do, which is what it's all about. I'll do a quick recap of what we're doing next week for Alan, because he is one of my loyal subscribers. Let's get the right page. So I've got all written down here what we're doing, so I know if I'm coming or going. Right, here we go. It's on the first page. Yeah, Alan, we've got Porcupine Tree next week. Graceland, Adam and the Ants. We're doing some more Beatles as well because there's so many songs that weren't on albums. Got Queen next week, looking at Angel Witch as well. Journey covers, Bit of Fish and Tears for Fears. Yeah, it's nice we're getting... There's only 3 of us, but we're going to start... So who's the third? We've got Alan and David. So who's the third? Are you going to say hello as well? Oh, Adam, yeah. Bit of Prince Charming and all that business. I think I know why I like Adam and the Ants. It's because of that double drum. Reminds me of a wizard. Yeah, Queen, yeah. All the good stuff next week. We have got some great stuff coming up in the next few weeks. Lots of mixtures as well, not just rock. We've got some prog rock. We've got some poppy stuff. I'll see what. No, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing. You go wait. But we have got lots of requests coming up. There's so many. I think I've got about 15 or 16 rankings listening to. That's all people's requests. It's if I'm not doing this and doing bits on the channel, I'm actually listening to stuff for the channel. So it does get sort of. I just spend most of my time listening to music, which is better than some of the rubbish that's on the telly. Saturday night, if you're not doing anything, I've got the guy that runs Classic Rock Review, Classic Album Review. He's doing a live stream because it's his birthday. It's going to be on at 9 p.m. So if you're not doing anything, come and join that one. So that's going to be good. Barry does some great stuff. I love listening to him. Yeah, I love the art shows. Have you seen any of the stinkers, Alan? The worst covers ever. If you haven't seen them, Alan, go and watch them because they're hilarious. Me and Dave put them together. We're doing one for Easter. And unfortunately, it's the American Bible Belt that get a pounding from us. Oh, we've got 4 now. I think this is the most I've ever had watching. So it's a record. 4 people. Well, I did do a little advert. You might get sick of this advert because it's going to come up every week. I'm going to get this up because when it comes to the... yeah, there are a few out there. There's some hilarious ones, Dave. We'll sit down and do it one night. The trouble is when I'm doing that, I go counter off what I've got down written and I get lost. I have got lost totally this time. What was I saying? Yeah, about the anniversary of RTO, which is in May, and it's not that far away. So I probably will be going. I'm going to do a Q&A where you can ask me questions about what I like and what I don't like, what I would like. I like Egyptology. Take the next left, otherwise do a U-turn as soon as possible. Yeah, I'm not lost now, and I'm back on track, I think. Yeah, anyway, Alan, yes, I do like Egyptology. Watch anything that's on telly about Tutankhamun and that sort of thing. I was going to be going. I should have been gone to Egypt. But COVID stopped that. So I will get there one day. I promise myself. What else have we got coming up that's going to really... Yeah. So you've got a good memory. Sometimes can't remember what I said yesterday, let alone think. But the good news this week is going on to the fibre. The trouble I had on copper to load up stuff was a nightmare. Now I'll do an example because we've done this Hawkwind part 2 part thing. The part one took nearly 5 hours from recording, rendering, uploading. I think it took about an hour and a bit to render, and I think it took 42 minutes to upload. So my speeds have gone up from 2 to 3, 4, right up to 10 now. We're cooking on gas, so it'll be a lot easier to load stuff up. So I'm getting more done, he says. Don't forget, there is a Redbubble page for your merchandise, for your cups, t-shirts, sweatshirts. If you want to find out how to go on that, in the title page, if you subscribe, you've got all the little icons in the bottom right-hand corner. The Redbubble's the last one. Click on there and go and get yourselves a t-shirt. Yes, we're all technology here, fibre. First one in my street to go glass fibre. Made a hell of a difference. Hopefully I do look at some of the live streams. It looks like that I'm been broadcasting from Mars. But unfortunately I'm not on Mars. I'm in Northampton. Talking to people in Northampton, I'm talking to with Lee. I'm going to talk with Lee this week. We're going to see if we can come out and see people and do some... blimey, we're up to 5. Can I get up to 10 before the end of the night? Go and tell people. It's all right. I'm interested in watching Alan and David talk. Going to try and come out and meet and greet people. What I want to do is actually have an open evening somewhere where we can have a little group thing somewhere. Another thing we're going to come up with. But we'll stick to a normal thing. I've had no witty comments this week. They've all been good, which makes a change. Except one person actually put a thumb down to the part 2 of Hawkwind, which gave me a little giggle. Obviously, they didn't like how I ranked them. And it just makes life interesting. But after last week's nastiness from certain people, a lot of people have rallied round. I'm not going to mention the names, but a lot of people have rallied round and said some really nice things. I'd still like to know who else is actually here, because we've only got Alan and David making comments. So the other 2 people, would you like to say hello? Because I'd love to know who you are and give you a mention. The other updates, my friend that had COVID is now negative, so she's better now, which is good news. She's watched a few videos, I hope, while she was poorly. Been talking 24 minutes. So have any of you 2 listened to the new Def Leppard song yet? Because I listened, I knew it was coming out today, and tell you why I knew it was out. Lee, who's from the radio, the rock show with Johnny Walker page, put it up, and I thought, right, time to listen, and I thought it was really good. If you like T-Rex, because they've taken the name of the new album from a line in a T-Rex song, and apparently some of the T-Rex fans are upset about it. Lee was telling me this the other night when we was at the his Magicians Club's annual dinner. Apparently they're going to leave the page because they think it's wrong. They're honouring the band. I mean, considering they really love T-Rex, why not? And what I've read about the album today, that yes, some people are very negative. Because I haven't had so many, if you didn't know, Alan, a lot of people, one person in particular was having a dig at me because my shows are boring and too long, and no one wants to listen to a song-by-song review. I should do it like another channel, which I'm not going to mention. But if I did it like that, we'd all be the same. You know, and there's a lot of people that love the track by track. Now, the person that moaned about the golden earring, someone else made a comment after watching it and said how good it was. So that's all that matters to me. I mean, and I know you do like them, Alan. You've said so many good things. So, and I don't think people appreciate either how much work any YouTuber that does these channels, how much work we put in. It doesn't just go there by magic. As you know, I mean, these are the two books. Red one is the one that I use when I'm listening to stuff up and down in pencil. And this is when it's all done. Okay, it's the old-fashioned way of doing it, but it's the easiest way for me to do it. So I keep track of what I'm doing. So it is, but we have these people that come along and try and spoil it. I mean, there was a guy called Charles. He said about a certain person. He said when he first started, he felt like it was just one man and his dog. But you just got to keep going. I mean, I don't expect to come an overnight success because I'm an old fart. You know, it's the kids that they like instant success. I'm like, as I said, I think last week, I'm like one of these bands, say like a band like Magnum, that take years and years to grow and become what they are. I'm not someone that's been on the X Factor and had me 5 minutes of fame. I mean, I do look around at some of these, and there's some people, the longest videos they've done is 45 seconds. They just all do these shorts, and thousands of people follow them. I don't get it. I must remember to turn my notifications off on other stuff while I'm doing this because it keeps springing up. So anyone got any questions from the four people that are here, except David and Alan, who always got lots to say? So the other two people are watching. Have you got anyone you think you want to ask me? Anything would you like me to do, Alan, that I haven't done yet? Set me a challenge. I like challenges. Anything for a retro ranking you'd like to see? Pick my songs. I'm doing a double one, not so fun, because I've been listening to The Sweet. Oh, I'll keep you, Mr. Keogh. Yeah, if there's anyone, I'm doing this, as I said, I'm doing Sweet. And again, the Sweet are one of these bands. I've made some great albums, and there's tracks that are not on the album. So I'm going to have to do a retro ranking and the album ranking on that one, because I do watch, I do listen to the Sweet albums, and I do like some of their single stuff. It's going to happen again with Paul McCartney, because there's stuff that he's done with Wings. You're bopping around at The Sweet. What, bit of wigwam bam? Little Willie won't go. That's a bit obscene now, isn't it? Little Willie, what was it? Little Willie won't go home. I'm going to stop singing or they all switch off. Yeah, so that one's coming out. I've been doing a lot of retro ranking lately. Got a great list. Where have I put them all? They're all up here. I think we've got. What have I been doing? I mean, we've done them. We've got Blondie coming up. Shawaddy Waddy. Cliff Richards we got coming up some stage. Stray Cats. Pat Benatar. The Mamas and Papas. They're all here, you know. Chuck Berry. Oh, that's easy. That's not a challenge. Yeah, I love Shawaddy Waddy. I don't care. Guilty pleasure. I mean, when they were big, I was what? 10, 11? And I love rock and roll. So I know it's basically the best cover rock and roll band in the land. They were Shawaddy Waddy. And the Stray Cats. Love the Stray Cats. I just love that double bass. Yeah, really into that sort of sound. There's another rockabilly band from around here where I live, Coast to Coast. We're from Wellingborough. Wow, that many? That's impressive. That 22 hit singles. Woo! Runaway Boys. Yeah, so it's that that really gets you going. I think if you watch my stuff, you know I like bass lines. I talk about bass lines all the time. Bit like today's Ash, Mark Hamilton. Great bass player. Suppose I should at some stage do my favourite, as I'm really into bass players, I should really do my bass. One of my favourite bass players of all time. I think a lot of people might guess one of them. Or two. There's two that I really, really love. Right, next, you know what we go at the back here? I'm going back to my next. Next week, I'm going to put the flip side of an album cover. And during the week, there's no prize for it. It's just going to be, guess what's at the back of me? The back of the covers. We're talking about the Stone price tickets. I'll be for the price of some of the tickets to Stones. You could have 2 weeks in Tenerife for the same price. Do I have a pop and book collection? I did when I was younger, but when I moved, I had to sacrifice a lot of stuff. But I have got 2 books because I'm working on a project at the moment written by Martin Popoff about the history of Deep Purple. Because I'm working on apart from doing this, I'm actually doing a music journalist course, and I'm doing a project, which is something that I'm going to be doing eventually. About it all started with a roundabout. And what I'm doing a lot of research into this. Is you've got Deep Purple. If you don't know, the origins of Deep Purple come from this roundabout of 3 musicians: Richie Blackmore, John Lord, the Roundabout Project, and Chris. Oh, what's his name? Chris Curtis. I don't know. This roundabout, and I have. From that Deep Purple, there are so many connections because if you go into it, you've got Whitesnake, Black Sabbath, Dio. They're all connected. Def Leppard are connected. Yeah, talking to them too. You've mentioned it. I'm not going to mention it. I'm just reading. Yeah, I watched their Friday at the Funhouse. It's the best thing on Sea of Tranquility. I love listening to him. I listened to his. Yeah, it is Chris Curtis. I got that one right. Thanks, Alan. Martin Popoff is one of my favourite music journalists. I've got his 3 books on audio, although he's not reading them on Rush. They are superb. I've got more, as you said, about books now, but because of Space Nut, I've got a lot of audio books. So I'm starting to build up a collection of music autobiographies. Yeah, it is a good show, Alan. I like how they talk about the weather. We complain it's cold. Poor old Martin. He's in the frozen wilds, he is. Yeah, so books, I've got audio. I've got Phil Collins one. I've got Bruce Dickinson's. That's a really good read. Rob Halford's, Ozzy's, Tony Iommi. Got the hold on a minute. If you bear with me 2 seconds before I knock down the thing. Let's have a look. There we go. I'll soon tell you what books I've got music wise. Got Dave Hill's book. That is an absolute belter of a read. If you've not read that one, guys, have a look at that one. Francis Rossi, I Talk Too Much. That's very good. Yeah, and the ones I've already mentioned. Yeah, this is an interesting little pop. There's no music on this one because my other sort of guilty pleasure, I'm really into old radio comics. Hello, I looks like Alan's going on a PMB. Yeah, as I was saying, my other guilty thing is that I love, and that's British radio comedy. We're talking things like The Goons, Tony Hancock. Love Tony Hancock. The Navy Lark. Love that. That's all on this pod. This is Nostalgia Pod. I've actually got 5 of these now. I had to get rid of all my music. I've got my albums, but CDs, there would have been no room. So all my record collections on that, plus Spotify now, which is a lot easier to work with. Gotta have another drink. Well, all I'll say is this will be a challenge. At some stage, I know that I think that Dave wants to get over to the UK. I just hope he isn't around on a Thursday night because he'll be he might get, if he's not on screen, he'll definitely be in here having his 6penneth on there. Oh, great! I'm glad you like the Gillan shows, Alan. Did you see that comment someone put about the Gillan, that his albums weren't very good? I was quite shocked. How did you not like it, Gillan? Didn't know Laughing of Heaven. New Orleans, great cover. Yes, there was some interesting stuff on that Ian Gillan. Yes, he lives near from. He doesn't live far from Downpatrick, Alan. I thought anything Ian Gillan did was good. See, I love Jesus Christ Superstar when he did that. That his Jesus was brilliant. If he would have been in the film, yeah, I didn't touch on them as B-sides. I think I might have to do a bit of a retro ranking on non-Gillan B-sides. There's so many good songs. So after we've done Paul McCartney, I might do a poll on this one. So I'm not quite sure who I want to do next. The person I've got line people I would like to do is Sammy Hagar, Ronnie James Dio, and Eric Clapton. Well, this is good. We've got someone from England, someone from Ireland, and someone from Scotland. All we need now is someone from Wales. Clapton. Gonna have to do a poll, I think. I think Clapton could come out because there's so much. Okay, yeah, thanks, Alan. I will check that out tomorrow. Yeah, I think Clapton could, because we can do Cream, the Yardbirds. We've done Blind Faith. And Clapton solo stuff. I'm tending to think Clapton. I mean, they will all get done eventually, but I just thinking which one to do next. That's another thing, guys. If you've got any artists that have been in different bands, if you've got any suggestions for the little series we do each week. No, that's a good point. Derek and what an album that was. That was a bit of a super group. That's funny. I was actually listening to that the other week. Yeah, so yeah, plenty. I think got lots to get through on that. But if you've got any ideas for the series, Gary. Oh, I'm glad someone says Gary Moore. I've got all these great albums. Yeah, oh God, don't go down that route. It's connected with that bunch anyway. Yeah, Gary Moore. Yes, we're definitely going to be doing Gary Moore. Might get a couple of shows out of that. Gary Moore's studio albums and the live albums. Yeah, love Gary Moore. Seen I saw it, lucky to see him 3 or 4 times. Brilliant every time. Great guitarist. I love all his records, every single one. That'll be a hard one for me to rank because I love every album. I hate that when I have an artist. Glenn Hughes. Oh, I love Glenn Hughes. One of the greatest voices in rock. Yeah, we've done a bit of Glenn Hughes. Anyway, we've done him obviously with Deep Purple. He was on the Phenomenon albums. Run for Cover's a great album. Not going to tell you how great it is because I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, it's an album I listen to quite a lot because it's got Glenn Hughes on it, Phil Lynott. Great records. Remember, first time I saw Gary Moore, he opened up with Murder in the Skies, which is absolute belter. I keep thinking I've got to do a retro ranking on some of the bands that we've featured on an actual album ranking, but I've never talked about their songs. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think I should go back and look at some of the songs and the bands that I've covered? So, Sky's been done, Dave. It's in my book. Toto's on the list as well. Toto's been on the list from when we, if you remember, Dave, when I first started this channel, we were going through all the bands we could do. Sky and Toto are on that list. I've done the Sky. They're ready to go. But the moment going to like Toto, I'm listening to Kansas at the moment. Blue Oyster Cult, which are two people have asked for. Don Airey, God, there's so much stuff Don Airey's played on, Alan. He appears on albums. I think there was, I don't know who I was ranking the other week, and I noticed Don Airey plays keyboards on that. Another person that has cropped up on the shows, the drummer Simon Phillips. He turns up on everything. I'm glad you appreciate it. Yeah, there's certain bands I want to do their songs on. Supergroups. Yeah, we'll be doing some supergroups next week. Live albums. I won't say which supergroup it is, but I'm listening to them at the moment. I'll give you a clue. They've just released a bootleg live album. And it's got one of my favourite bass players and musicians of all time. And we featured him. Killing Joke. It's a band that I'm not particularly into, but yeah, Killing Joke. I mean, like this week, someone asked me to do Talk. Only 5 or 6 out 5 albums. I thought that's an easy one to listen to. I thought I was going to get 5 albums of 80s pop. Was I in for a shock when after the first 2, we got this jazz fusion progressive sound, and they're absolutely brilliant. And I'm surprised how many people have actually watched it this week. It's number 2, number 3, wasn't it? This week's thing. Yeah, there are some really good supergroups. I mean, we've already covered one supergroup, UK. We've done Asia. We've done ELP, all supergroups. Oh. Oh, I think this is the longest live stream I've done ever. But even though there's only a few of us, on the other 2, I haven't said anything yet. Come on, guys. Yeah, I've done. Keep up with the program, Dave. We've done Travelling Wilburys, part of the Jeff Lynne story. Robert Plant. I like Robert Plant. I love his solo stuff. See, I haven't done all of that. I mean, we haven't even done Led Zeppelin yet. Yeah, Tom Petty. I've got to do Tom Petty. I think I've got enough stuff to do shows for the next 2 years, I reckon. The light list keeps going. The one I do struggle with is finding one-hit wonder albums and classic albums. Sometimes I have to really go through my brain. Classic albums that we haven't already covered, because we've covered so many classic albums on the ordinary ranking shows. So it's very hard. There's one person that I keep wanting to do, and every time I look at the discography, I go, "Oh, we'll do it at some stage," and that's that man there. So much stuff with Bowie. My mate Lee's come up with one. Rod Stewart. He's a big Rod Stewart fan, and there's lots. So I'm going to save that for a series of, because he's been in a few bands as well, of course. Because that'll then take us into Jeff Beck, the Faces. Talking that sort of era, been listening to T-Rex again, because another YouTuber, Richard McCook, so he's a big T-Rex fan. He said, "Are you going to do a T-Rex?" I went, "Yes." What I've done, I'm going to split it into Tyrannosaurus Rex before T-Rex. Yeah, I've been listening to T-Rex this week, and what album I thought would be my number one has been knocked off because I forgot about another album that's a little bit better. So things. How do I decide? Easy. Hand in the pack, hand in this thing, and just pull out 6 covers. That's how I do it. It's totally random. But next week's won't be. I'm going to look at the back covers of all the albums and pick some really hard ones, so you guys can pick, see if you can guess them. There won't be a prize, of course, but it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? See how your knowledge of album artwork is. Yeah, Richard's channel's cool. We've talked about doing something together, me and Richard. But as you know what it's like when you run a YouTube channel, it's just finding the time. I think we know we've got some ideas of what we want to do. Yeah, we've got one idea. I've put 2 in. We're both big ELO fans, and I'd like to do something more ELO. I suggested we look at our favourite ELO songs. Yeah, Rich has been good. He's been pretty good to me. He does give me a plug on his videos. That's what we're here for, to help each other out. It's just getting networking with others, and generally. How far do I want to go back? It's an album. It's not a singles. Go on then. Go on, Dave. Give us one hit wonder. If it's from you, it's going to be something absolutely miles from what I'm thinking. Something from your obscure past. Probably some little Irish band that sit in a pub now. Yeah, I love ELO. All forms of it. I even like ELO Part 2. I just love that sound. Okay. Yeah, I do like ELO are one of my favourite bands. I think if you watched all the Jeff Lynne stuff, you knew that I'm a big fan. They're coming to take me away. Ha ha, hee hee, hoo hoo. They're coming to take me away. I forgot about that one. I did some comedy songs. I should have been in there. I thought about doing something for comic relief this week. Yeah, it's funny comic relief songs, but I thought, no, I'll do the Smiths instead because someone requested it. I've forgotten how good the Smiths are. I listened to their stuff last week. So I've got one album, and it's basically a compilation of album songs and hit songs. Ooh, I think that was my second new world record. I don't know. I can't remember. Hold on. I'll soon tell you. It'll be in here. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourself for 10 seconds. Just got to find me ELO. I knew it was in here because I wrote it out. Come on, where are you? It can't have been that far back. Right, it's here somewhere. There we go. For your benefit, yeah, I like XTC. Done them. This is what my ELO ranking went. Yeah, new world record was number 2 for me. If you haven't watched the video, Alan, go and have a look at it. Napoleon. Oh, that stumped me. Am I just a bit old, too young? I'll have a look at it later anyway. God, it's nearly 9. It's 9 o'clock. Dave will realise this one. Rocky's had all his bits before we started, including the orange thing. As everyone knows about Rocky, he has routines at night. He has his dinner at a certain time. And then a few hours later, he likes an orange thing. He can't say the word because he knows what that is. So we have to give him the orange thing so he can see in the dark. And then he has to have a little something else. And I know what he's doing at the moment. I can hear him. He's having a gnaw on his bone. Oh, that's a good way to spend your evening, Alan. You do realise I can't see. I think there's about 436 videos to choose. Dave will probably be able to tell you how many I've done because he's. Dave, how many shows have I done? There you go. Go and find. It's easier for you to find it than me. So I reckon I know I'm over the 400. Well, you want to be a moderator, you've got to earn your money as well. Yeah, all the playlists are there. When I do a ranking, what I do, when I say this is my favourite track, I always put a playlist of all my favourite tracks from each album. And the retro ranking, all the top 10s are there as well. I must sort out the channel because it's all over the place. But there are playlists on the if you watch till the end, there's always the playlist. And try and link up the videos as well. Which reminds me, I've got to go and relink the Hawkwinds. Yeah, they're all there, Alan. You'll find them. There's even some of my stuff on there that I created. If you remember when I moved, I did a load of shows so the channel wasn't dead for a week. And one of them, the music you hear at the beginning of all the videos, shows, whatever you want to call them, that's all me. Well, not all of it. The other person that I wonder when he comes back. We'll wait until he comes back and we'll talk about it, because he'll be able to explain to you even more. But we actually, me and Dave, create 437. I'm just talking about Dave. I'm talking about the music that's used at the beginning of the introductions to all the videos and how it was created. Because I didn't, it's not all my work, it's Dave's work as well. Yes, 48 live albums. I haven't got all of them. Yes, we created on the PlayStation after a few drinks, all them tunes. I think you can tell what we're influenced by. Mike Oldfield, Jean-Michel Jarre. There's even little bits of Yes in there. It's all very proggy in places. And the other thing we used to create on there is you could do videos to it. And some of the videos, it's a shame that I haven't got them videos because they were absolutely wacky. Yeah. Yeah, I've just got a really good we weren't smoking anything. What did I used to drink in them days? In Brixworth. Oh, it was the IPA, wasn't it? Very creative. Yeah, the program I use is some Magic's movie editor. That's what I use. It's got some terrific the fonts. It's got some really good fonts. All the fonts are good. I like to, when I do the excellent, Alan. We just got to get more people doing it. That's the only thing. We've got to get loads of people. This has been the best one I've done. Even though there's only a few of us, it's been really, really good. We've been chatting for an hour and 2 minutes. It'd be great to have lots. You know, there's 4 people, 4 likes, brilliant. The thing is, I know a lot of people have been watching these afterwards, which I hope people, if you are watching this after the effect, if you're not doing anything on a Thursday night, come and join us. Come and join in the fun. Because I finished everything that I've wanted to talk about. It's gone. I'm now just on the hawk. I'm just chilling out now, and I'm not drinking, only Coke. Yeah, tell your friends, Alan. Say if you want to talk music, this is the place to be. And see, I'm joining in on the classic album review with Barry on Saturday for his birthday. Why don't you? Why don't you? Do. Talking of TV programs, I don't treat myself to DVDs very often, but this one was a bargain. It was a tenner, and it's something that I used to watch as a kid. Who remembers The Flashing Blade? With that great theme tune. You can actually get the theme tune. I've now got the entire Flashing Blade, and I'm trying. Good man, Alan. Is that for the Flashing Blade? Well, when you come over, you'll be able to sit and watch it yourself. You can't, and it's very. I try and look at because it's all overdubbed and trying to watch what they're actually saying, and you can't. Oh, I'm glad you're going to join every week, Alan. That is really good of you. You get your mates here. We'll have a bit of a party. I'm hoping by May that we'll have loads. So when we will have a birthday party celebrating 1 year of RTO. Bring a pint day. It was the Flashing Blade. Oh, he's beat me to it. He's probably sitting there Googling it, knowing Dave. If I can find the theme tune, that is one thing I will do. That was about this. One retro ranking. I'll pick my favourite TV tunes from the 1970s. I won't do 10, I'll probably do 20 because there's loads. I think that's what I'm going to do one week. You are, Alan. Unless the two other people that are watching us want to reveal their ages. You're not the youngest by much. I'm 55. And I'm not going to say how old Dave is. But you're still over 50. And most of the subscribers on here. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'll start putting it together. Because I've got... Yeah, all right, old man. Yeah, I've got an album, 2 albums of cult. It's got cult TV themes. Yes, I do buy some obscure stuff. As you know, I mean, the Bloodied Sword. I mean, how weird's that? But this is what this channel's all about, the weird and wonderful. Everybody does Metallica, but no one does a Bloodied Stone. No one's done The Answer. I've looked everywhere to see if anyone else has done The Answer, which are another Irish band. Again, the lead singer of The Answer lives, well, he used to live in Newcastle. And I do believe the lead singer of The Answer's dad still lives there. Is that right, Dave? Banana Splits. Hey. Yes, yeah, 2 good bands from the same county. That's pretty good. I know it was the last time I was over there. Hello, Tibbity Clops here. Come on then. You come in? Just looking at me gone vacant. Come on then. There you are. I've opened it up. There he is, peering in the corner. You're on YouTube, Rocky, again. He gets more mentions than me sometimes. Oh, he's flopped down. Oh dear. Hard life, isn't it? Yeah, I've got some really good ones. I'm really into things. You're probably right because I talked to Dave on She Who We Can't Talk About, and Rocky can hear him, so he's not used to it. Let's put that back. What a mess! I'm gonna have to sort this out. Oh dear. Not like the other week, he Rocky knocked the thing on my head. That was interesting. My favourite label designs. Cool. Favorite labels. Obviously, I like the Apple. Thought that was pretty cool. Vertigo. There's a lot of status quos on Vertigo. That's an idea for an album artwork, Alan, I think. My favourite label designs. Bit different. It's still artwork, isn't it? I'll start doing that. I'll do some research into that. I'll go through some of my albums, because there are some really iconic ones that don't exist anymore. Yes, that's a lot of the Quo ones. Anthony and Lizzie were on that. Oh God, yeah. Genesis. Was it Swan Song? There's so many good ones out there. Yeah, I'll have a look into that one. That'll be an interesting one to do. Casablanca. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much because I might give away what my number one is. Don't like to give away too much. The next week's album artwork will be good. It's Journey. I think Journey have some of the nicest covers ever. They're so colourful. I mean, today's was YouTube for the Irish. Some of theirs are just naff. Yes, that way, especially when you used to go around the spindle. I actually had an album that actually had the black and white swirl, and you just couldn't look at it. I can't remember what was the name of the album was. I have got a couple of one-off albums that I've actually. This is how rare this album is. There's no tracks actually on YouTube. I've got to actually upload the songs to put into the playlist. It's a blues album. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I've been today. I actually sat and ranked them, all the covers. I don't put them all into a folder, and I was looking at the Journey ones today. Yeah, they all are. Whoa. Yeah, so I've actually done them today. I'm quite up already because I've got the super speed back. I can actually do stuff while I'm actually waiting for it to upload, because when I was on the old copper, if I started doing other stuff while it was uploading, it'd take even longer. So now that I'm on super fast, I can, while stuff's uploading, I can go back to what I used to do, get stuff ready. So I'm well into next week's already. Makes life a lot easier. Well, we've been talking for 1 hour and 14 minutes. Favourite bands by genre? Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, that'd be hard though, because I like, when you like so many genres as me. I mean, okay, at the end of the day, my heart is rock, metal, but I do like a lot of the 80s stuff, as I think people have gathered. I mean, I like Tears for Fears. There's one album we're doing Oh, lots of kettles of fish for me. Someone actually suggested, off the cuff, the Buggles. Now, I only thought they made one album, but they've made a few. Because I'm a big fan of Jeffrey Downes, so and Trevor Horn, so I think the Buggles will be doing sometime. I don't know. Do you want to come through? Yes, no? I don't know. You can't have anything else. You'll go bang. It's just Rocky being nosy. Yeah, I've seen OMD. They were on the bill at Milton Keynes Bowl when I saw Simple Minds. 3 great bands that day: Stranglers, OMD, and Simple Minds. I've got some intention to do Simple Minds, but it's just getting round to them. Yeah, we've got a ladies' day coming up very shortly. Well, I'm not saying who it is. But I'm also listening to a band to do for the April's Ladies' Day. I'm going to start. Hello, MN. Yeah, the specials. Yeah. I'm actually doing a retro ranking on them. Yeah, I agree, Alan. It was really good. I did like Ultravox. We've done a show on Ultravox. I'm going to be doing Depeche Mode. Might do a Blancmange as well. Bit of New Yorker. Yeah, it was a good show. I'm living near Milton Keynes. It's pretty good. I've seen some great shows at the Bowl. Oh, Mike. Hi, Mike. You're not the only one that joins in now. We got Alan and Dave. You're not from Wales, are you, Mike? By any chance? Because we've got someone in England, someone in Scotland, and someone in Ireland. We're just looking for someone from Wales. Yeah, we've set ourselves Status Quo, Nazareth, Jason and the Scorchers. God. What year was that? Good grief. It was the Real Life Tour. Mother Love Bone, Apple, right. Okay. Let me write that one down because I'm going to forget that. Let me pin. So I always come prepared now. I've got pen and paper. Mother Love. Apple. Right. There we go. Yeah, going back, Alan, I think it was on the Real Live Tour, so it'd have been what, 92? Something like that. Wasn't 93, probably 92, 91, 92. Southern California. Hey, that's really fab. What time is it there then? That's good enough for me, Mike, if you're from Welsh descent. Yeah, I went to see Quo at the Bowl. I know where I am on the video as well. There's like a Northern Ireland. There's a Northern Ireland flag, and we're right behind it. Because we sort of moved round a bit so we could see. Yeah, the lineup that day was, if I can remember, it's such a long time. Jason and the Scorchers, which were pretty rubbish. It was Motorhead meets Dolly Parton. a certain person that we cannot mention anymore. Well, mentioned that he had a song called Rock and Roll Part 2. Naturally, he got the crowd going because Jason and the Scorchers got I don't know, such a long time ago. As I was saying, so we had Jason the Scorchers, the man that can't be mentioned, but he did put a good show on that day, I must admit. Nazareth. Marillion, yeah. Yeah, Marillion were there as well. Were they? No, hang on. Yes. June 84, yeah. It was Marillion. They were the special guests and Quo. But he was good. He had the crowd in the palm of his hand. It's a shame. It's a shame that we can't mention him because, again, it was a part of my childhood and the songs were great. I didn't even mention it because someone will take me off the air. But we all know who we're talking about. So, yeah. And then the next, probably my favourite Milton Keynes gig was the Garden Party in '86, where we had the Mamas Boys, Magnum, Jethro Tull, Gary Moore, and Marillion. What a lineup of bands. Every band I love. You know when you go to some of these festivals where you have a band that you've heard of their hits, but you've never heard all their stuff. But that day was one of them days where I had heard every damn song from every band. I've done Marillion album covers. Did it with Mark Wilkinson. I'll check through it. I think I haven't done them all, I don't think, because there's some none. I can't remember. I'll have to go back. Yeah, that was quite a deal. And the other one I've been there was Deep Purple. That was a good lineup as well. We had Thunder. I can't remember them all. We had Thunder, Ted Nugent, Journey, Alice Cooper, and Deep Purple. Yeah, we did. I did a work when I first started. I did a thing about favourite gigs and other gigs. I've done the Nebworth twice. Yeah, Mama's Boys. Were they? I can't remember. I've been to so many outdoor gigs. Nebworths, the two Nebworths have been done good. There was Deep Purple, Scorpions, UFO, Meatloaf, rest him. No, Nebworth 85, that's what I'm talking about now. With Deep Purple, Scorpions, UFO, Mama's Boys, Alaska, Mountain. There were so many that day. And it rained all day. I got absolutely soaked. Worth it though to see Deep Purple Mark II. Then I went to Queen's last ever concert. I had Bellius Sommer, some crackpot band on first. They were bumming awful. Then we had Big Country, Status Quo and Queen. Blackfoot, that was the other one. Yeah, Another great lineup. Talking of mountain, you remember I brought that Mountain American release best of album in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And just reading it. I'm just catching up what people have been saying. You're in Dumbarton, and a long way away. This was cold, but it was nice. That's that's where we nearly got into a fight on our first night. Well, I did. At the time, they were talking about, I think the Patriots had just become 9th of August 1986. Yeah, we didn't know it at the time. Yeah, going back to the Boston, I think Patriots had just become Super Bowl thing, and it was where they were going around their world champions. And this was in the February after England had won the Rugby World Cup. And because it was cold, I'd got my England world champions beanie. And I said to the second conversation, I think Dave will remember this. I said, you ain't world champions. I said, you haven't beaten anyone outside of America. That's when you can call yourself world champions. And apparently the local radio station was there, and I don't know if it got picked up. That was an incredible story. But I was right. You're not world champions. I think I've said we beat blah, 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 blah to win the World Cup. That's world champions. But hey-ho, never mind. Right, this is definitely the longest one I've ever done. Yeah, they wouldn't broadcast my comments. First time to America, nearly got chucked out within 5 minutes. I think that was. I had another incident. There's one afternoon, I went for a stroll, and there was a big protest outside Government House, and it was about gay marriages or something. And this TV reporter stuck the thing under my nose and said, "What do you think?" And I said, "I don't care. I'm here on holiday." And walked off. Oh dear! I've just knocked my camera down. Technical hitches. Oh dear, I've gone blank. That's it. Sorry about that, folks. The camera fell off. Can't believe that. On live YouTube, my camera falls off the top of my screen. Anyway, 8 people. Good grief. This is going to be the longest live stream. 7 people. Right, who's here? Apart from Mike, Dave and Alan. Just say hello. Don't have to join in. But it's great to see 7 people watching me blurb on about... We're not even talking about music now, are we? We're talking about things. And I've not even had a drink yet. I'll probably have a glass of beer afterwards. This has just been huge fun. But I think I'm going to have to call it to a halt soon because someone's getting restless, and I think I know why. I think he needs... Yeah, come on. Before I go, I want to say hello, give everyone a personal mention. No one's going to be watching this on on the when I actually put it up on the channel because it's gone on for far too long. Yeah, I think it is. Yes. So for the people who've watched, I am going to sign off now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for Alan and Mike and Dave for joining in the conversation. Although Dave's one of my mates. Yeah, I'm going to still put it up. They are missing so much fun. So for the people that are watching, tell your friends. Does anyone maintain... I'll tell you where mine is. Here's my record collection. Because it's all on pod now. I've got... Well, put it this way. I've got 360 gig iPods. And I've all got about 100 gig on each. I used to have two, but now I've sort of stopped getting everything because I now subscribe to Spotify. And okay, I've finally moved into the 21st century. So I only put on stuff on this now. I used to love my physical media, Alan, but I just haven't got the room. But Spotify has been a godsend for this because, especially when people ask me to do stuff that I haven't got, I can listen to it online now. And I've got a huge, my Spotify library is huge now of the things. But yeah, I am going to sign off now. See you all next week for live stuff. Keep watching what we're putting out. What we got for you tomorrow? Well, Dave will like this one. We got Nightwish live, looking at their live albums. It was Dave that actually got me into Nightwish. And new album review tomorrow. Marillions, an hour before it gets dark, or whatever it's want to be called. Yeah, I've got to go now. He's starting to rumble, which means, come on, Dad, I want to go out. Can you hear? If you can hear him whinging, he's whinging now, which is not good. Yeah, all right, I'm coming. So I'm gonna have to go because Rocky needs to go to the little doggy room. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for joining in. I've done Cozy Pal. Second show I did, Alan. Okay, I'm off. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Bye for now.